I believe one of the president's main jobs is to unify the states, preside over the United States and keep them united. And if a president comes in and tells half the country that they're not part of the group, or
who said that?
Well,
maybe it's
Clinton.
a libertarian in me.
Clinton
I'm sorry, I can't tell you which is my favorite president because I don't have one, because all of them have done some terrible things, and I think they should pretty much all be kind of charged.
I mean, there's
I mean, like
grounds.
now Clinton was on Epstein's plane.
There's a lot about Clinton.
Yeah, there, so it's hard for me sitting here because it's like, yeah, Obama looked great when he was wearing his suits and bombing people, across the world. Like, it's really hard. And also, the United States, if you look at it that way, where we need some leader, would be the largest corporation on the planet. And I just can't imagine that anybody who's running for office, even Donald Trump, who's, I'm sure, a great business person, however, I just can't envision anybody being able to actually manage a corporation with 330 million people and trillions of dollars. So
bureaucracy too.
Yeah, I mean, I love the United States. I think this country is an amazing place, and I think we should go back to that freedom that allowed us to be that amazing place. I do not believe that there is somebody in Washington writing down, some magic scroll that'll somehow protect us or do something. We just need our freedom.
To get to that point, you mentioned like going back to what was good, but we're going to go forward to a new envisioning of what was good or what is good. How would you define that?
Yeah, I think we need a new vision for it, but we should go back to the Constitution. I mean, I just don't think that we need this level of micromanagement. And I think with technology today, we could really achieve it without necessarily having this. I mean, what does your local government do? And I ran for a seat in a local government in Miami-Dade County. We have 3 million people and a $10.3 billion budget. That was billion with a B. That is larger than nations. That's larger than El Salvador, that has, same amount of people and a $6 billion budget. What do those local people do? What exactly are they achieving for you? Do we have transportation in Miami-Dade County? We do not. Nothing worthwhile. I mean, it's terrible. Do they run anything well? No, they don't. And so what are you getting for all of these taxes that you're giving up? What are we doing here? And I'm sorry, I don't see it. I think that we really need to think this through. We've been giving up our freedoms more and more and more each day. For what? I mean, are you getting your money's worth? Do you feel like you're getting?
I don't know. I don't know where the money's going. I send a check to the government. It disappears into the ether.
I can tell you on the local level, Miami-Dade County, we pay for all sorts of things that you would probably just be, flabbergasted if you looked at our budget.
Like what?
Oh, okay. So, for example, I don't know what the budget is right now for, the homeless. And I think that's something that everybody, I want people to have a home. I want people to be well. I don't want them to be out on the streets and living horrible lives. So our budget is over $45 million a year. Do the number of homeless ever change? No. Do we still have homeless? Yes.
That's a cultural problem.
Absolutely. And I don't think
solve that with money.
We can't solve it with money. I think there's people that do not want to live in this society. And I don't think you're going to just throw money at it and solve that problem. So the number of homeless we have, I think generally is around 3,000. And so when you divide the amount of money we have, by the people that are unhoused, you come up with some crazy number. You could afford apartments for these people. Like, what are we doing with that
Paying
money?
Administrators.
Yeah, but
that maintain their jobs.
Bureaucracy.
Keep making money.
People who are
year.
homeless aren't homeless because they can't afford houses.
Then why are we paying $45 million out of Miami-Dade County people who pay their taxes? Why is somebody losing their home? Because that's what happens. If you can't afford to pay your property taxes, you will lose your home. The government will take away your home and put it on the auction and sell it.
That is one of the most offensive things that I can think of. Property tax is disgusting. Yeah. Once you own a piece of property, you buy it, you shouldn't have to rent it from the government. Like, that is insane.
And it's obscene amounts of money. And so, you're paying this money every single year. You can't opt out of it. You can't say, you know what, I'm not using any of your systems. I don't use public transportation. I'm not homeless. Like, how can I opt out? I can't. So if I can't afford to maintain my house, the government will take it from me. And so I'm paying for, all these services. And it's just wrong.